So, welcome back, boys and girls, to our online math class. Today, we're going to review numbers and operations. So, the first section of this lesson is sets of numbers. This is the cheat sheet that is going to help you review to answer today's assignments. And here we have sets and subsets of numbers, and we're gonna make the definition of each of them, and then we're gonna make some examples here. So for instance, if we have positive counting numbers that start with 0, those are the whole numbers. And we're gonna place those where the A is. I'd rather have a W here for whole numbers. And so I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? And then we have whole numbers and their opposites. So all of these are part of the next set, which in this case are going to be the integers. So all of these are also integers. So I'm going to put an I here, and also -1, -2, -3, and so on. And then we have, last but not least, the rational numbers. And these are numbers that can be written as fractions or ratios, like the name tells you. Repeating decimals are rational numbers, and terminating decimals. So for instance, here I'm going to put like letter R, and we have, for instance, 0.3 repeating, because this one can be written as 1/3. That's a rational number. We have also, let's say, 30%, and it's a rational number because I can write it as a fraction, 30 out of 100. We have, for instance, 1/2, or 0.25, which is 1/4, and so on. Sometimes you're going to be challenged with different questions. Like for instance, if I give you 10 divided by 2, where would you place this number? You might think, oh, that's a rational number. But no, this is actually a 5. Therefore, this 10 over 2 should be placed here on the whole number section. Something that you can use to remember when you have to classify numbers is, let's make another group or set that includes, okay, where we live. Let's say we live in McAllen. So people that live in McAllen also live in Texas. So if you belong to the smaller subset, you also belong to the bigger set. And all people that live in Texas for sure live in USA. So if they ask you, do all people that live in McAllen live in USA? You will say definitely yes. But if they ask you, do all people that live in USA live in McAllen? Well, no, only some. Same thing here. Do all whole numbers belong in the set of rational numbers? The answer is yes. But not all of the sets of rational numbers belong into the set of whole numbers. So this is just a little something to help you remember how to classify different. And here we have some examples where we can practice how to classify these numbers. We're going to choose the set that best describe the number. So for instance, for number 14, we can say definitely this is a whole number. And automatically, if it's a whole number, it's an integer and also a rational number. We have -9 divided by 1. So this becomes -9. So the best way to identify this is an integer. We have 0. 0 is best characterized as a whole number. -3 and 4/9. I cannot write this as a whole number, so this is definitely only a rational number. 14 is a whole number. 2.7, it's a piece of a number, so we cannot call it rational. It cannot be rewritten as a whole number. And then here we have -6 divided by 3, which in reality is the same as -2. Therefore, I'm going to classify this as an integer. Then I have -1, which is only an integer. And then I have 1/2, which is only a rational number. Okay, then let's move on to the next section of this lesson.